love this film. It was so well done. What was it about? How was to tackle this new story and to try and build off of what was done before?
Well, the great thing is that we didn't really have to do that. Like this story is its own. I feel like this story lives in its own space. And
Mhm.
other than my character, other than Raka, like no one really has any connection to the previous three films.
Mhm.
So, we weren't under that particular kind of pressure. Like, and it was just my job to sort of embody Caesar's, philosophy, his words, but not really anybody else's. Everybody else was discovering it for the first time. So we were off the hook that way. Like we could like this is it's not the fourth, movie in the franchise. This is the next chapter of the franchise. So
Yeah.
like I see this movie going to places that the other stories didn't go. I mean, it's a process, and like this movie is going to places that the other films didn't go to. Like
Mhm.
what happens after this film is really I'm really curious. This particular one, this particular like this first film in this new chapter. So anyway, to answer your question, it was liberating because we didn't have to sort of adhere to anything because it's like so far in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I like about it is the fact that it's set in a different time frame, different area, and it brings you in right off the bat. Right when you get into it,
Yeah,
so it brings you in.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
when it comes to motion capture and having to wear those motion capture suits in order to bring it, how
Mhm.
how is your acting when you're going into that to bring that character to life, knowing that we're not going to see that till after it's done with post?
That's a great question, and the short answer is that we had 6 weeks of ape camp of training to be in ape bodies. So by the time we put on and so now it's motion capture has graduated to performance capture because what they have is like they have like these really high definition cameras right in your face, and so it's
Mhm.
capturing muscle movements, minuscule muscle movements, so of your performance, so you could lend yourself to it, like lend yourself to the performance very nuanced. Yeah, it took like a week or so to remember that the thing is on your head and you like run bang, bang the thing, and then have to come and adjust the camera and you're like, bang, oh sorry, bang. So it's weird. But then after a while we forgot about it. I literally would forget that I had it on, and that was great. Until you walk into something that wasn't there before. But yeah, like that's what became of that, is like we just got really comfortable with it, and then and then not really looking for playback. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like I just have to trust that I'm getting what I need, or I'm giving what they need um in the scene, and move on, because you can look at the playback all you want, because this is you in like a performance capture suit with this helmet on, and like I don't know what to tell from that. So it really helped us stay connected because we needed to, because there was no other way to gauge really other than trusting Wes, um, that he was getting what he needed. But like you couldn't really be insecure. You just had to trust and go with it. You know what I mean? So it was a process. It was a gradual from extreme awkward to invisible.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah. And
yeah.
finally, my final question for you would be like, how important is it that you're in real life environments doing the acting? Because it really does translate into onto the screen and to the performance. How important
Oh
is
my
that?
God. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to imagine the heat,
Mhm.
like the leeches, the birds flying over, the breeze. You don't have to imagine that. You feel it. You know what I mean? So that you don't have to act that, as opposed to being in like other volumes where you have to sort of do a lot of imagination work and imagine
Mhm.
what that feels like. Here, like that was again to the genius of Wes Ball, like the being on location, in a lot of these places saved, just gave us so much more to work with. And like that, like the river scene, or like we're running, like I when we were shooting that and I turned around and I saw those giant horses like right on top of me. You don't have to act. I'm scared out of my. I was running because the thing is, you can turn around and these giant horses are chasing you. That's not acting. That's survival. So
Yeah.
like, so yeah. I mean, it was brilliant to be able to shoot on location, in these places, and just like it just I gave beyond four dimensionalized them. You know what I mean? So super, super helpful, to do that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. That's my time.
Thank
Love the
you.
movie. And congratulations. Great work.
Appreciate you.